no time to waste. I'm Vanilla Arts, and let's get into it. Tip number 1. You don't need perfect line art or line art in general. Actually, get this in your head. You do not need line art to be considered a digital artist. I already did an entire other video on line art, but here are the facts. Cleaning up your sketch and using that as your guideline is okay. It also saves so much time because you aren't stuck in one place trying to get the perfect line. And trust me, I would know. I basically only use the sketch line art technique. Bro, trust me, please. I cannot stress it enough. You need to try it. But if you don't agree with anything I just said, then maybe you'll agree with this next thing. If you want to do line art, know that it doesn't always have to be perfect. I honestly think messy line art looks cool. It shows more character and style. Just know that almost nothing in digital art is permanent, so it's okay to make a few mistakes. Now, tip number 2, use references. So for me, at the start of my art journey, all the way back when I didn't realize digital art was a thing, and yes, that was a while ago, I would solely use references, nothing else. But for some extremely odd reason, maybe because I wanted to prove something to myself, I don't know. If I did, then I don't really think it worked at all. But when I started digital art, I stopped using references completely. And this was also the time when I thought that I should start drawing characters, which really, what was I thinking? I had never even tried to study anatomy, just went straight into trying to stylize it. No, that was a terrible idea. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Instead, I am here trying to let you learn from my mistakes, and don't be afraid to use references. And I know what I'm about to say is extremely controversial, but if you're trying to learn something new, then don't be afraid to trace things. As long as you don't try to pass it off as your own, then it's okay. Also, please don't try to trace AI art. I know it may look nice, but you know the whole hand thing. AI didn't go to art school or study how to make art, so please don't use it to learn. Ultimately, I think this tip really goes for both digital and traditional artists. So if you're just a traditional artist and went deep into the rabbit hole or something, then you could also use this too. Now, the next one is really only for digital artists. It's tip number 3. Clipping mask is your friend. Seriously, it is. Do not ignore it. If you don't know what it is, then basically you apply it to your layer and it will kind of lock on to the layer underneath and make it so that you can only draw inside of the drawing of what you have on the layer beneath. It's so much easier than just trying to stay inside the lines. And I know a few of you are screaming right now in traditional artists, but that's the joy of going digital. Anyways, with this tool, I usually fill in my flat colors first and just render everything using a clipping mask. Seriously, it's like one of my favorite tools as a digital artist, especially since I have shaky hands. I also like to use it to make my line art different colors, or if I really just want to make anything a different color, because I can compare the 2 different layers to see which one I like more. And I know you could technically just use the alpha lock for a lot of the same things, but I honestly think a clipping mask is better because you can use the different blending layers and it won't affect the initial drawing. Speaking of blending layers, that's our next tip. Tip number 4, learn how to use blending layers. You know what? I'm gonna be honest here. I don't really even know what all the blending layers do, but I know they are extremely helpful, and trust me, I would really like to learn the rest of them when I have time. But for now, there are about 3 that I use for almost every single one of my drawings. They are multiply, which is probably the most popular one. It basically just makes the drawing beneath it darker, so I use it for shadows. Next, overlay, which would probably be the second most popular. I use it to add more saturation and subtle hints of other colors to my drawings. And then add. And yes, I know, there's a blending layer called add. And funny enough, it doesn't really go with what it does at all. It pretty much just adds some really bright highlights to your drawing. But when you turn the layer's opacity down, then it looks pretty nice. Basically, with the knowledge of these 3 tools, my art has faced a massive upgrade in speed and looks. That's just how amazing blending layers can be. Finally, don't compare yourself to other digital artists. They've probably been doing it for years. Yeah, I had a rough time with this one, and I still kind of do. I thought I was decent at drawing until I saw what others were doing, but you need to keep in mind that yes, a lot of them have probably been to art school or been doing it for a lot longer than you have. By the way I see it, you should just use that emotion to motivate you into trying to be better and to studying what you think you should. And you know what the best thing about art in general is? It's that with enough practice, you'll get better, and you might even get to the point where you like your own art and want to share it with other people. Or not. Maybe you just want to embarrass yourself on the internet like me. But either way, don't let comparison bring you down. Let it make you better and morph you into the person you want to become. So motivational. Hey, would you look at that? We are done done. You know what? If you like this video, don't be shy. Comment, leave a like, subscribe, join the community. And if you really like this video, then know that I also post art challenges and short form content. Speaking of those challenges, I actually just had one where I only drew with one brush, so you should go check that out. See you next time.